Hey guys, welcome to Ask Influicity. Today we're going to talk Donald Trump and a few other things, but who really cares, right? This is hashtag Ask Influicity. Trump. There are so many things I could say from a policy perspective, but I'm not going to talk about that at all right here. If you want to talk about that, hit me up at Jonathan Davids on Twitter. But what I will say is he is the first influencer president. And here's what I mean by that. I wrote an article about 2 years ago now talking about if Donald Trump were to run for president, I think that social media would be transformative in his campaign. We saw it with Barack Obama, no question. But Donald Trump takes it to a new level because he doesn't use social media to complement his traditional media. He uses it to replace traditional media and bypass it entirely. Now on Twitter, in his first couple weeks as president-elect, he's putting out policy statements on Twitter. So forget about the Sunday morning talk shows, forget about CNN, forget about a press conference. He's going to put it out direct to the American people and get a big enough audience as though he were on mass media, mass traditional media. I think, here's my next prediction, watch me back in 4 years from now, he will completely append the way the media covers a president, the protective press pool, White House press conferences. Forget about it. It's going to be Mr. President on Twitter. How can I work with some lesser-known influencers? Lesser-known influencers are actually a really important weapon for any marketer out there, and the reason is simple. Everybody wants to work with the biggest, shiniest names out there. So what happens is there's a lot of repetition. You have one beauty influencer who's working for every makeup brand, one tech guru who's talking about every gadget out there. So it's important for a marketer to look at some lesser known people. Now, lesser known doesn't mean that they're not popular. It just means they're not household names. And here's the really cool thing about this. Influencers are growing faster now than they have ever before. So it's easier now for somebody to go from 30,000 to 40,000 to 50,000 subscribers because of the engagement levels that social media gets than it was 5 years ago. Now, it's also more difficult on the contrary side for somebody to hit mega influencer status. So we see fewer people that are getting to 1, 2, 3 million subscribers, but there's a whole lot of people, it's almost like the middle class. You know, getting to the middle class is actually happening now on social media. It's pretty difficult to get to the very, very top echelon, the 1%, if you will. But look for people that have growing audiences, but are not household names. They will do wonders for your brand. How can I measure engagement on Snapchat? Snapchat is a tough cookie, especially considering how big and popular they are. They don't have things like likes and comments that you can measure engagement with. So one little trick that we like to use is snapshots, measuring how many people take screen grabs of a Snapchat screen. Now, the trick to this, though, is you've got to give them a reason. So, for example, if you're a food brand, put a recipe on there and encourage people to snapshot it. If you are a cosmetic brand or some type of CPG, automotive maybe, give people several choices. Hey, which of these is your favorite, and have them screenshot it. And that way you can actually tell how many people are, first of all, watching the entire Snapchat video, and second of all, how many people are engaged enough to actually give you some feedback. Screenshots are the #1 way right now to measure engagement on Snapchat. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate your attention. Make sure that you hashtag AskInfluicity any questions on Twitter. We will answer them in the next episode. Make sure you follow us at Influicity. Check out our previous videos all along here. And of course, you can follow me at Jonathan Davids. We'll see you next time.